Hi, I'm Ted from everythingattachments.com, and we're going to go over the Harley Rake. This is a skid steer Harley Rake, hydraulically driven. It also comes for tractors, 3-point hitch, but we're going to go over the skid steer today and some of the features. This will go on any machine in the 45, 50 horsepower and up machine. It comes in several different sizes, couple of features you can get on it. One of the main features you can get on it is this machine angles, and that's one of the best benefits, to be able to bring your trash and debris to one side, so when you're cleaning a lot you only end up with one strip of debris instead of debris everywhere. So you can do a manual angle, that's going to be your cheapest, or you can do the hydraulic angle option, which is going to be, since you're already using the 2 hydraulic lines to power the hydraulic motor to operate the unit, then the way you get your hydraulic angle is with a diverter valve. This is an electric valve that diverts the flow from the machine to the angle of the machine, and the way that works is a lot of the new machines are coming with a 12-volt accessory outlet inside the cab, where you've got 12 volts for an attachment like this. You've got 2 alligator clips, or you can hardwire it into your machine or put a quick disconnect plug, whatever you like on it. They do make a wiring harness if your machine already has a multi-function handle grip that will plug in. If that's what you want to do, you need to order it that way. I like the magnetic deal pretty good because it's simple. I can put it on any machine I've got anytime, and once you put all this in the machine, it's not in the way. You're simply going to hook this to a 12-volt source, put this somewhere it's convenient for you on the inside magnetically, and then your switch back and forth is going to operate it. So we'll give you a quick idea how that works real quick, and then we'll go over some of the other features. The convenience of having the electric switch where you can change it from machine to machine, I think, is great. Kevin, give it a fire up, and we're just going to show them the speed the wheels turn at and how the hydraulic part works. And normally this is going to be inside your machine, but we brought it out for right now. So this machine is running at an idle, and you can get an idea of the speed that it's going to be turning, and then you simply would have this inside your machine and operate it in either direction, and that's going to give you your angle. So you can hardwire this, but I do like the magnetic switch. On the hydraulic angle part or manual angle part, it's basically going to go between here. In this case, we have a hydraulic cylinder, or you're going to end up with a telescoping square pipe with pins in it to adjust your angle. So your hydraulic cylinder is here, your hydraulic control valve is here. That's what's going to control it if you get the hydraulic angle. And I think that's a great feature. It adds about $700–800 to the cost, but it's worth it. The only thing I've found bad about a Harley Rake is probably the overall price. It's an expensive piece, but it's expensive to make, and it does an extremely good job. It does the work of 5 or 7 men, maybe more than that. They use a solid carbide bullet. This whole tip here is solid carbide. It's going to bring up all the rocks, debris, and everything without wearing because it's so hard. You also have the hydraulic end plates here. So if you were pushing forward doing your landscaping and so forth, and just were trying to do your leveling to start out with, you're going to leave these end plates in place to keep the dirt building up in front of you and then sifting through and leveling. You can reverse these to the back if you were going to be using it in the reverse position. Sometimes if you were getting right up next to a house where you had to get to, you may even remove these front wheels, move your plates to the back where you can get right to the very edge of a house, and then back drag. In most cases you're going to use them in the front. And what you can also do, it's called bridging, and that's going to be where you put enough down pressure on your front wheels to actually lift the front wheels or the tracks on your skid steer to put the maximum pressure down. If you've really got some hard ground, you can do that. These are extremely heavy duty. They're also adjustable here with one lever, where you can adjust for your final grade, like if you were doing a driveway or just a good level yard. Your unit is powered over here by a large hydraulic motor, and then gone through a gearbox system here, which is a large chain. Then it is what turns your rotor on the bottom, does all the work. There's a scraper right here that's adjustable depending on, it's a very hard rubber mat similar like conveyor belt. You can move it up and down if you need, but it's to let the fine stuff go through and keep the hard stuff, the rocks and stuff from going through and then end up going to the side or where you can collect them for later. It has a nice place here to be able to pick it up. When you pick it up from here, this whole thing is balanced so you can take it on and off your truck without having to use your machine. This is an amazing piece. It does about everything. You can move dirt, fill in holes, make your final grade. When you're through with this, you're ready to sow your grass. It leaves everything loose and sifted. You've gotten all your trash and everything out of it. It's a great piece. We keep it in almost every size for a tractor and a skid steer. So we'll hope you make your purchase at everythingattachments.com. Okay, on the end plates here, which are a very heavy gusseted piece here because they take a lot of abuse, you do have two settings. You've got the setting that's going to do your maximum holding in of your dirt for if you're doing your most leveling. You can change it to this outside position. It's going to give it a little bit of relief. Or if you were using your angle and you wanted all the debris and trash to come to one side, which is what you usually end up doing before you finish a job, then you're going to remove this complete piece right here and pick the side. You can remove both where you can use both angles, or just remove one side if you know the direction you're going to be going in. And this is just a great thing to add and take away.